Konoha, compared to the video, you're the greenest ninja in the world. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 201. The excitement is the excitement. Let's hurry up and grab Aike. Watching the video slowly sink into darkness, not after it lights up. The people in the live broadcast room also understood the magnificent life belonging to Uzumaki Naruto is finally over. Inoki, I have to admit that fourth Hokage gave birth to a good son, except for those magical operations that I can't understand. Grandma Chiyo, indeed, it was okay before, although it was a bit incomprehensible, but at least I could accept it, but the next few times were really outrageous. Terumi May, is it not an exaggeration to let the so-called ghost shed tears again? By this means that the heart of Mr. Zabuzian has not completely cooled down, because he has always had hope for the kingdom of water, and he wants to use his own power to change the deformed water surface. No more shopping, cough cough, stop talking, it makes people feel embarrassed. Fourth Raikage, it is indeed a shocking life, whether it is the strength he possesses or the things he does, it is shocking, although sometimes I still find it difficult to understand some of his operations. Senju Hashirama, Konoha is lucky to have such a reliable person, and it is also the luck of the ninja world. Uchiha Madara, this makes me wonder, what kind of changes will Aike make, and what kind of changes will he make Naruto make? Namikaze Minato, I think it's pretty good now, no need to change at all. Kakashi, maybe the appearance of Aike will make up for some of the expensive feelings that Naruto encountered. Jiraiya, are you talking about the fact that I will die in the future? I didn't expect you, Kakashi, to be so considerate. Tsunade, idiot, Kakashi must be talking about the unfair experiences Naruto suffered when he was a child. After all, Kakashi was under the control of the old man at the time, and he couldn't help him. He must feel very guilty. Orochimaru, however, if Naruto hadn't experienced those trials, he might not be able to become the hero he will be in the future. Sarutobi Hiruzen, I just hope that Naruto can go through a lot of tempering, because his identity is destined to be extraordinary. I just want to train his character. Uzumaki Kushina, shut up. If it weren't for my absence, I'd be the first to cut you into pieces. Look at what you've made my poor Naruto suffer. Deidara, an angry mother can't be provoked by anything, especially a mother who is angry for her own child. That is completely unreasonable. Kakuzu, however, in this matter, anyone can see that what Sarutobi Hiruzen did is completely inconsistent with his personality. Hoshigaki Kisame, don't forget about Danzo. Danzo must have had a hand in this too. They can be said to be in the same boat, and most of the tragedies that happened in the ninja world are inseparable from them. Scorpion, indeed, the summary is very incisive. Konoha Village Ninja School. Uzumaki Naruto leaped hard and went straight to the desk. Ha ha ha. I am the future Hokage. I said I would be the Hokage. Ha ha ha. Sasuke glanced at his mouth disdainfully, but there was also a trace of longing in his eyes. The future self is really powerful. I just don't know who is stronger than that Aike. The current Sasuke is still too young to clearly distinguish the level of strength. Otherwise, he will immediately understand that even if he reaches the peak of his strength in the future, he will not be Aike's opponent after all. In the future they played such a difficult Satsuki Peach style, which was easily killed by Aike. Naruto, get off the table quickly. Although Iruka is also shocked by Naruto's future achievements, he is a teacher after all, and he is a very conscientious teacher, so he yelled, don't forget that your current grades are completely unqualified. Do you want to be like in the video, and you can't even graduate from ninja school? No. One will let you steal the sealed book this time. Naruto suddenly froze in place. He patronizes enjoying the beautiful future scene, but completely forgets the most important thing. That's him now. I'm afraid it's really hard to graduate from ninja school after all. Under the interference of 9 tails in his body, he couldn't even use the most basic 3-body technique safely. Chapter 202. The comparison begins. Aike life begins. What worries Samu is also what worrying Agent Mizuki Terumi May, especially seeing that people from other ninja villages use beauty tricks, and the Kurigaki are just sent a bunch of rough guys, which made Terumi May extremely worried. Just letting Queen and the others pass by, will it appear that we are not sincere? No. I have to go there, only I can take Aike from the hands of those stinky little girls. Aike would definitely like a mature woman like me. As she spoke, she was about to walk out of the office immediately but was stopped by Yuanchi. You are Mizukage, you come forward. No, suitable, master. Yuan spoke tremblingly, but the meaning he wanted to express was very clear as an agent Mizukage. Terumi Mae must always keep her identity in mind. It's not bad to be a corporal, but it's clear that Terumi Mae wants to use such a shameful trick as a beauty trap. If it's an ordinary ninja, it's fine, but who is Terumi Mae? She is the future Mizukage. If others know that Terumi Mae put down her body to seduce someone with her beauty and body in order to invite someone to join Kirigakure, wouldn't it make people laugh? Therefore, Yuanfu must stop Terumi Mae's behavior. Terumi Mae was helpless, but she didn't dare to resist, for fear that Master Yuan would get angry by accident. After all, Master Yuan is older than Grandma Kayande, and it looks like he might pass away at any time. Moreover, Master Yuan has a high prestige in the village. If she is just so mad at her, maybe Terumi Mae can't even be Mizukage. But if you don't make a decision, it will be too late. Terumi Mae is so anxious he wanted to rush over directly, but he was afraid of angering Master Yuan. But if I don't go, I worry that Aike will be taken away by others. In this case, Kirigakure will undoubtedly lose its future. The dilemma drove her almost crazy. It's a pity that there are not many good-looking single girls in Shuin village. Either it's a mouthful of shark teeth, or it's completely impersonal like water. All in all, it's really hard to find the right one. What should I do? The land of the wind. Sunagakure? No, I can't let the world continue. Temari, you go now, and you must bring Aike back. Temari pointed at himself in bewilderment. Father, shall I go? Temari just can't understand. She just graduated from ninja school this year, only 12 years old. Luo Sheng actually asked her to bring Aike back. What is she capable of? In full view, will Aike be Sunagakure? This is a completely impossible task. However, after hearing this, Gaara turned around and left. The others stared blankly at Gaara's actions until Gaara walked to the door, turned to look at them and said, "Why? Don't you start yet? Let's go now." Kankuro wobbled his whole body as if awakened with a start, and hurriedly ran to Gaara's side. Temari also followed with a tangled face. Grandma Chiao said with a frown, "They were just kids, and are you sure Konoha's gang won't do it secretly?" If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelists. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 203. Aike's talent is average, everything is average. However, the good times didn't last long. One day a year after Kakashi was promoted to Chunin, Aike came to practice with Kakashi after class as usual. Although Kakashi can't be seen most of the time, Aike will always come to the door on time and at a fixed time. But today, Aike came to Kakashi's house, but saw the door was open. With a hint of doubt, Aike pushed the open door and walked in. Although Kakashi's house is sparsely populated, it usually seems very quiet, but on this day, Aike felt especially quiet, so quiet that it was scary. "Kakashi? Uncle Tsukumo?" Aike called out cautiously, but got no response. When he came to the door, he opened the door and smelled the pungent smell of rust. Aike looked at the scene in front of him in disbelief. On the tatami in the room, Konoha's white fang, known as a hero, fell in a pool of blood. Before Aike could figure out what was going on, a voice came from behind him. "Really? Why is the door open?" Kakashi complained and walked in. Seeing Aike standing at the door, froze for a moment. "What's wrong? What are you doing standing here?" Kakashi's eyes widened, unable to believe what he saw. "Father," he called out suspiciously, but got no response. Only then did Aike come back to his senses, and said in a panic, "Quick! Call the medical ninja." As he spoke, he rushed up to check on Hatake Tsukumo's physical condition, but "It's so cold to start with." This immediately made Aike's heart sink. Kakashi stepped forward in a daze, completely unable to understand why things turned out like this. 093. And at this time, Aike turned around and saw something new. "Kakashi, look!" Kakashi turned his head mechanically, and saw a folded letter paper near the corpse. He walked over, picked up the letter, and opened it. The content on the letter paper was obviously a suicide note. Kakashi could recognize it. It was his father's handwriting. This also means that his father, Hatake Tsukumo, did not die by assassination, but by suicide. Kakashi couldn't accept this result and yelled frantically. Aike rushed forward and hugged Kakashi, giving some warmth before this friend collapsed. But Aike himself is completely unable to understand why Hatake Tsukumo would choose to commit suicide. Hatake Tsukumo, known as the hero of Konoha, has absolutely no reason to do this, but maybe it will have something to do with some rumors that have been circulating recently. Why? There are some rumors circulating in the village. Uncle Shuomao saved someone, but he will be blamed instead. It's not Uncle Shuomao's fault. Why is everyone in the village blaming him? Why did Hokage-sama allow those people to persecute Uncle Tsukumo like this? Chapter 204. Vaguely feeling that Aike is about to turn black again. Rock Shinobi Jonin strikes again. Kakashi intends to stall for time, trying to let Aike and Lin go first. Fortunately, at the critical moment, Namokaze Minato arrived in time and rescued the three of them, although Obito's death made Namokaze Minato unable to calm down. The task of blowing up the Shinwubi Bridge was also successfully completed on the way back. Night. During the rest, Lin couldn't help but look up at the sky, her eyes full of memories. Kakashi was also silent. Aike whispered in confusion, "Why? Such a cruel war will let children go to the battlefield, Namokaze." Minato on the side opened his mouth, but he couldn't say anything. He just sighed deeply. Aike didn't stop his doubts. "I remember that the will of fire is to burn ourselves to illuminate the next generation, but we don't even have the next generation. When we burn ourselves, who is it to illuminate?" Obito is only 12 years old. He should have more lifespan. Why did he die at such a young age? It's not fair. Namokaze Minato sighed, and then his eyes became firm. "In the future, I will definitely work hard to put an end to this kind of thing, and there will definitely be a day when children will not be allowed to go to the battlefield, I swear." Aike turned his head and glanced at Namokaze Minato, but his eyes were still confused. "Senju Hashirama, monkey, recite what is the will of fire for me." "UFG recite for me what is the will of fire." Uchiha Madara, Hashirama, we once established Ninja Village just to prevent what happened to us from happening again. Any sense? Kakashi, I am also very puzzled, burning myself to illuminate others, but why are more young children dying during the war? Obito is like this, Lin is like this, and there are many more people. They should have a longer life. Life is right. Fourth Raikage, HMPH. We are different. We only allow people of the right age to participate in the war, and those who are not of age have to be held back in the village. Anoki, a child who has just become a Jonin, can't show much strength on the battlefield, and it's more of a drag on the battlefield. I really can't figure out what Sarutobi Hiruzen is thinking. Grandma Chiyo, what else can I think? Of course, let those children burn themselves, and then illuminate him, a bad old man. Luoshak. People in the world say that Sarutobi Hiruzen is the Hokage who made Konoha prosperous, but in fact, he did all this and sacrificed so many innocent lives. Terumi May, to be honest, I feel that Sarutobi Hiruzen didn't do anything at all. Maybe the tethered dog in that position may be better than Sarutobi Hiruzen. Deidara, I agree with this point. At least the dog will not behave like killing Konoha's White Fang. Hidden, your words hurt my heart, but I agree. Second Tsuchikage, I can only say that Tobirama's vision is really bad. What kind of crooked melons are he looking at? Senju Tobirama, stop talking. That who? That guy called Orochimaru. Can't you summon me there? I'm going to go back and clean the portal myself now. Orochimaru, hey, you and Shode are one of my trump cards. How could they be released so easily? Tsunade, Orochimaru. How dare you play with the bodies of my grandpa and second grandpa? Don't let me find out where you are. I will let you taste what life is like dying. Black soil. Konoha is really messy. I feel that everything that happens in the ninja world, if you look for the mastermind behind the scenes, it must have something to do with Konoha's people. Dried persimmon Kisame, to put it bluntly, it is simply a shit-stirring stick in the ninja world. The confusion in my heart is even stronger, but I can't refuse the task that should be done. The war is still going on. Aike's question went unanswered. Obito's death didn't make any waves either, because in times of war, people die almost every moment. There is no time to mourn the deaths of these people. Chapter 205. Aike, Naruto, you don't fight back. Seeing Kakashi's equally painful face, Aike knew that it was useless to ask Kakashi. The dead are not revived by this after the funeral of Namokaze Minato and the many victims. Aike stood alone in front of the tombstone, murmuring in a low voice, and seemed to be questioning, why? Is it Minato-sensei who died? Since someone needs to change his life, why not the older third generation? Obviously. Minato-sensei is such a good person. Under the leadership of Mr. Minato, Konoha will obviously get better and better. But now, Aike's face was full of bewilderment and pain. Nothing should be like this. What kind of ninjutsu does the third generation, known as Dr. Ninjutsu, know? Why wasn't Nine Tails sealed instead of Sarutobi Hiruzen? The more Aike thought about it, the more he couldn't figure it out. and walked in a daze. When Aike came back to his senses, he found that he had come to the door of the Hokage building by accident. Aike walked into the Hokage building. Then, at the door of a closed office, the voice of third Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen was heard. Aike stopped immediately and listened carefully. In order to protect Naruto's identity, he cannot have the surname Namikaze, and has to hide his identity and live alone, and his identity cannot be revealed. This 027 inches is all about protecting him. Aike froze. Someone inside seemed to be arguing with Sarutobi Hiruzen about something, but Aike couldn't listen anymore. He had no idea that Namikaze Minato sacrificed the village he was protecting, but in the end he didn't even dare to admit Naruto's identity. Is Sarutobi Hiruzen too wimpy? Or, in fact, Sarutobi Hiruzen has ulterior motives, even to protect the offspring of a hero? Do you need to use this covert method? Aike's heart felt extremely cold at this time. There was movement at the door. Aike regained his senses and left the door immediately to avoid being found. After everyone else had left the room, Aike went to Hokage's office to find Sarutobi Hiruzen. Aike? What do you want me to do? Sarutobi Hiruzen was a little surprised to see Aike. Aike asked coldly, what does the village plan to do with Naruto? Sarutobi Hiruzen was taken aback for a moment, then put on a look of bitterness and hatred, took a puff of the cigarette stick and said, in order to protect Naruto's safety, I discussed with my consultant and planned to hide Naruto's identity, so that Naruto can be protected from being threatened by other people with ulterior motives in Ninja Village. Aike didn't buy it, but he is the child of Mr. Minato. Mr. Minato sacrificed himself for the village, but we can't even admit Mr. Minato's child. We are Konoha, the head of the 5 great ninja villages. Could it be that we can't even protect a child? You are known as the strongest Hokage in history. Can't you protect him yourself, or find a trustworthy person for foster care, or even give it to me for foster care? Sarutobi Hiruzen said with a frown. Of course not. Next, I plan to come back again. I need to deal with various affairs in the village, and I simply don't have time to take care of Naruto. If I leave it to other people, I can't rest assured, especially you and Kakashi. The relationship between the two of you and Minato is too close. Chapter 206. Naruto is stupid and sweet. Even Aike doesn't want to bear it anymore? Naruto looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen with a happy face. Really? Will they play with me then? Sarutobi Hiruzen said with a smile. I believe that you will be able to make friends, so don't do this kind of thing in the future. You understand, little? Naruto happily agreed to come down. However, the next day, those children really did not dare to bully him, not even daring to go near Naruto, obviously terrified. But in Konoha village, these children are not the only ones. When Naruto wanted to find other playmates, he was attacked by some older children. It's you who killed my father. My grandpa was killed by him. Damn fox, die for me, you. Give back my brother. Give back my brother. The children took out their anger on Naruto's small body, completely disregarding that Naruto has become scarred, and Naruto just endured the attack silently, without any thought of fighting back. Seeing this scene, Aike immediately stepped forward to drive the group of children away, and then questioned Naruto. Why don't you do what I tell you? Naruto lowered his head and said, Grandpa, Hokage said that I could easily hurt other children by doing that. Aike's eyes widened. Then, you don't care if you are bullied? Do you keep fighting like this? Naruto looked dazed. Obviously he didn't know what to do. Aike gritted his teeth tightly, looking at Naruto with hatred. In the end, Aike still didn't say much. 03 Instead, he turned and left. Naruto looked at Aike's leaving figure, stretched out his hand and wanted to shout, but hesitated for a while, and didn't shout out the ensuing years. Aike can always see Naruto being bullied on unmanned alleys, deserted training grounds, fringe areas of villages, etc. There are signs of Naruto's injuries everywhere. I can't take it anymore. Seeing Naruto injured again, and then limping away the little figure, Aike couldn't take it anymore. He punched the wall hard. His eyes became determined. I can't keep watching. Kushina. Woohoo, I feel so sad every time I see this place, my poor child. Sarutobi Hiruzen. I will definitely kill you, Kakashi. Well, if I had been less rigid like Aike back then, would Naruto have a better life too? Inoki, what is Aike going to do this time? He can't do anything right now. After all, Aike doesn't have any ability to spit out this time. 4th Raikage, average strength, no connections, no organization. It's hard to imagine what he can do. Grandma Chiyo, indeed, It seems that Aike is very ordinary this time. I wonder if we can make some changes. Deidara, it's useless to say so much. Just believe in Master Aike, hidden, that's right. Master Aike can always create miracles. Chapter 207, Aike is on the move. Planning to blacken Naruto. Deidara, wait, isn't that right? You cared so much about Naruto before, but now you see Naruto being bullied, and you don't react at all. Anoki, could it be that Aike has given up? But is Aike the kind of person who will give up? Kakashi, what exactly does Aike want to do? Grandma Chiyo, of course only Aike knows this. After all, this is Aike. Fourth Raikage, I thought that Aike would not be able to surprise us anymore, but the good guy came one right away, but it was indeed beyond our expectations. Jiraiya, I suddenly have a bad feeling. This time Aike is not a good person. Orochimaru, did you just find out? Sure enough, you're an idiot. The video continues to play. Aike taught the children step by step, neither favoring Naruto nor ridiculing Naruto. He simply treats everyone equally until one day when Aike was alone in the office, someone suddenly approached. Aike turned his head and saw that it was Mizuki who taught another class. Is there a problem? Aike sorted out the lesson plans in his hands. With a neutral attitude, Mizuki smiled, stepped forward and said, I just became a teacher. Do you feel very uncomfortable? It's okay, those naughty kids aren't always like that, just get used to it. Aike frowned slightly, looked at Mizuki and said, I'm fine, and there's nothing I'm not used to. Mizuki had a confident smile on his face that he thought he had seen through Aike, and he leaned over and said in a low voice, teaching the fox, does it make you very uncomfortable? The other kids rejected him, and he was a troublemaker himself. Aike didn't answer, but asked instead, do you think Naruto is a troublemaker? Mizuki shook his head and said, no, that's actually a poor kid who does all those things that just want attention. It's as if a child wants to attract the attention of his parents, but he has no parents, so he can only attract the attention of others. This kind of child can see through at a glance. Very simple. Aike turned around, facing Mizuki, narrowed his eyes slightly, and said, so, are you planning to use his innocence to control him? After all, he is a demon fox. Mizuki panicked suddenly, raised his head and looked around, with a fake smile on his face. How is it possible? Don't talk nonsense. I just think that child is very pitiful, and I just see you, a novice teacher, taking over this problem student to care about you. What do you think of me? Aike suddenly showed an embarrassed smile. I didn't expect Mr. Mizuki to be so enthusiastic. I was the one to be abrupt, but I still say that I think my class is very good, and I don't need to bother Mr. Mizuki. Mizuki left in a panic. Aike looked at Mizuki's back with a blank expression, not knowing what he was thinking that night. Aike sneaked into Mizuki's house in the darkness. Aike looked down at the sleeping Mizuki with cold eyes. A cold light flashed in his hand. Mizuki's eyes suddenly widened, but he couldn't even make a sound because his throat was pierced. He could only stare in horror at those extremely cold eyes in the darkness. Finally. Chapter 208, Naruto gets angry. Beat the people of Konoha village. Grandpa Hokage. Naruto opened his mouth, but didn't know how to explain. Yes, why doesn't Grandpa Hokage come out when he's being bullied, and the only time I scare those people away, but then Grandpa Hokage told him not to do it again. Why is that? Naruto fell into a dazed mood. Aike looked into Naruto's eyes, gently put Naruto down, and then took a few deep breaths to calm down the excitement. During this period, Naruto just looked at Aike blankly, as if he wanted to ask countless questions, but he didn't know what to ask. Aike squatted down, leveled his eyes with Naruto, and said, you were ignorant before, and you may not understand even if I tell you, but now that you are 10 years old and have the ability to distinguish, it is time to tell you the truth. Naruto asked blankly, truth? What truth? Could it be that I'm really a demon fox? Saying this, Naruto's eyeballs kept rolling in the eyes. He doesn't want to be a demon fox, and it is because of the demon fox that he has been excluded by the villagers. If Aike really told him that he was a fox, Naruto thought he would break down. However, Aike nodded seriously. You are the demon fox. Naruto's small face suddenly turned pale. You're talking nonsense. Aike grabs Naruto's shoulder. Hear me out. Naruto was stunned, or caught a glimmer of hope from Aike's words. It was as if the drowning man had grasped at the last straw. Naruto looked at Aike expectantly. Aike said slowly, you are the demon fox, but to be more precise, The demon fox is sealed in your body. That's what your father did. Naruto froze. My father? Mr. Aike knows who my father is. Aike nodded, suppressing the sadness in his heart, and said in a low voice, everyone in the village knows who your father is. He is Namake's Minato, the fourth Hokage of the village. Naruto's eyes widened for a moment. You liar. My name is Uzumaki. How could it be the son of fourth Hokage? I can't be Hokage's son. Naruto can't understand, if he is really Hokage's son, why the people in the village treat him like this? Aike looked at Naruto, who kept shaking his head, and said slowly, Uzumaki is your mother's surname. Your mother is a member of the Uzumaki clan, named Uzumaki Kushina, also a Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. Naruto looked at Aike blankly. Uzumaki Kushina? Is this my mother's name? Am I really the son of the fourth Hokage? But why are they doing this to me? Why did they tell me? Why did Grandpa Hokage keep it from me? Also, since the fourth generation is my father, why did he seal this fox in my body? Why did he do that? Aike looked at Naruto's excited look, and said with a sigh. Chapter 209 Blackening Naruto. Kiss little Sakura. Deidara, cool. I've seen their attitudes not happy for a long time. If it were me, I would blow them up to the sky with my art. Hidden, kill. Why not? Why didn't he kill this person, Kokuzu? Although he's venting, Uzumaki Naruto is obviously not a murderer like you, so naturally he will not kill people. Anoki, if you think about it with your brain, you know that Naruto will definitely not leave the village, at least not just like this. Aike must have his own thoughts about Konoha. If Naruto kills someone, the villagers will definitely force Sarutobi Hiruzen to drive Naruto away. Go out. Pain, and Danzo will definitely add fuel to the flames, because Danzo wants Naruto to be a weapon in his hands. Gaara, it's like looking at another me. Kushina, that's it. Smash his shop. How dare you not sell my son? Smash it for me, Namake's Minato. Calm down, Kushina. Aike obviously wants to use our son, and must have bad thoughts about the village. Tsunade, I feel quite relieved, after all, seeing Naruto being so wronged since he was a child, and now I can vent a little bit, I will definitely feel very happy. Jiraiya, well, I can only say that Naruto suffered too much grievance when he was a child. Uchiha Madara, this is all Konoha's own doing. Senju Hashirama, oh, Madara, this is your village too, why do you speak like an outsider? After smashing the bun shop, Naruto felt extremely comfortable, especially when he saw the fearful eyes of the owner of the bun shop looking at him. It made him feel the trembling from his soul. Subsequently he threw the rolling pin aside casually, and walked towards the ninja school in a happy mood. On the way, Naruto stopped when he saw ninja shop. By the way, I remember that there was a shuriken throwing class today. My shuriken happened to be almost worn out, and it was time to get a new set. Saying that, Naruto walked over. Coincidentally, the shop owner also came out from the door, intending to yell twice, but as soon as he went out, he saw Naruto walking over immediately. The smile on the store owner's face disappeared immediately, and he turned to Naruto with disgust. You demon fox. Get away from me. I'm being disturbed by Leozi's business. It's really unlucky. I met you, a broom star, early in the morning. Naruto's face suddenly darkened. He suddenly raised his foot, kicked the shop owner in the stomach, and kicked him in hard. The shop owner let out a scream, which immediately attracted the people around him. Some people saw that it was Naruto, and said with a look of disgust, "What? An uneducated child? He beat people in the street? Such a child can go to Jonin school. I am really worried about my child. If I get in touch with this child too much, will my child become so rude?" Upon hearing this, Naruto suddenly turned to look at the person who spoke. His eyes have turned into beast-like red pupils. Because of anger, the person who spoke suddenly stepped back, trembling with fear. Naruto snorted coldly, then walked to the shop owner, and said the topic of debate, "Sell my ninja gear? Tell me. Sell my ninja gear." The store owner groaned, "Sell, sell, sell. Oops, I'll sell. Can't I sell it?" Naruto nodded in satisfaction, and bought a set of shurikens at a very low price to replace the ones he had been using. Sarutobi Hiruzen was once a gift to him because no one has ever sold him any. Patience satisfied, Naruto strutted away. At this moment, the eyes of the onlookers were looking at him. Apart from disgust, there was also deep fear, because just now, they thought Nine Tails would be back again. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, It means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelist. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 210. Naruto is no longer acting? A direct showdown? Little Sakura doesn't care what Naruto said. All she knows is that the first kiss she saved for Sasuke has just been snatched away by Naruto, whom she hates. This fact almost broke little Sakura. Little Sakura screamed loudly, which also woke up other students. Deidara, ha, Naruto is too courageous. He kissed his female classmate forcibly. Little Sakura, Naruto. How dare you, Shikamaru, good guy. I remember little Sakura is going to be Sasuke's wife in the future, right? This situation, Tooth, Naruto, the original video was kissing Sasuke, and the video after Aike's interference is kissing little Sakura. The couple have had intimate contact with you. Hoshigaki kissing, it's really a strange angle. It's really interesting to think about it this way. Sasuke, HMPH. The present is the present, and the future is the future. I don't plan to marry a wife now. I still have revenge, Kakashi, that's true. How should I put it? Kushina, that's right, Naruto. You can't keep praying humbly, you should take the initiative to pursue it. Namake's Minato, is this too proactive, Naruto? Wow, would I do such a thing? But to be honest, I feel a little complicated. From 330, after all, you only learned about your life experience not long ago, and your current personality has been roughly finalized. It's not like in the video that you were interfered by Aike when you were young. Or Orochimaru, but do you dare to say that what Naruto is doing now is wrong? Obviously the wrong is someone else, and Naruto has always been the innocent person implicated. Tsunade, stop talking so much nonsense, blame the old man and Danzo. This is obviously the fault of those two guys, in the school classroom looking at the completely different self in the live broadcast room in front of him. Naruto fell into deep thought. Although he looks carefree, Naruto is much more slender and sensitive than he imagined because of his encounters since he was a child. He usually squints his eyes, but he just doesn't want others to see the sadness in his eyes. Before, Naruto saw his future life through a video. Naruto was surprised by his future strength and finally got everyone's approval, but after knowing his life experience, Naruto's mood is very complicated. Naruto never thought that he was the son of 4th Hokage, and his father tried his best to seal 9 tails in his body, just to make Naruto a hero of the village, and let people remember the 4th generation couple and Naruto's sacrifice. But all of this was hidden because of Sarutobi Hiruzen's selfishness. He became an orphan without father and mother, and grew up discriminated against by others. No one wants to be friends with him. Someone will always bully him with malice. Naruto has never understood, but the kindness in his heart kept him from being swallowed up by anger and hatred. However, occasionally these emotions will appear in his heart, and he wants to resist everything, but in the end, they didn't take any action. They just did some pranks and other things to get revenge on others, but in fact they were more like children who wanted to get attention. Now, after watching the video, the most unacceptable thing for Naruto is that Grandpa Hokage, whom he thought was very good to him, turned into a sinister villain in others' mouths, and he is also vaguely aware of this. This made Naruto hesitate. Do you want to follow the track of history like the previous video, and finally become everyone's hero, or just like the self in the video now, stand up and retaliate against all those who bullied him? At this time, a hand was placed on Naruto's shoulder, making Naruto look up in surprise. Shikamaru. Naruto looked at the lazy Shikamaru in surprise, not knowing why he was looking for him suddenly. Don't think about it, Naruto. Chapter 211. 3rd generation. I will sit here today and watch you play. Naruto, bullying others is not a good behavior after all. Don't you dream of becoming a Hokage? If you want to become a Hokage, you must have the heart to protect everyone. Sarutobi Hiruzen said to Naruto earnestly. I know that the people in the village are not very friendly to you, but that's because he doesn't know what you are. I've always known that you are a kind child, Naruto. When you grow up, you will definitely be able to make them agree with you. Naruto nodded obediently and said, yes, Lord Hokage, I remember. Sarutobi Hiruzen sighed, then rubbed the top of Naruto's head, and said to Aike, Aike, don't be too harsh on Naruto, you know his situation. Aike nodded and said, don't worry, I know how to measure, Hokage-sama. As a result, this matter was settled under the influence of Sarutobi Hiruzen. In the following lessons, other children stayed away from Naruto one after another, not daring to approach him casually. Naruto is no longer out of line at night. Sarutobi Hiruzen knocks on Naruto's door. Naruto opened the door and saw Sarutobi Hiruzen holding a small cake. Naruto, this is your favorite cake. Sarutobi Hiruzen shook the cake in his hand. Naruto suddenly showed a surprised expression. Thank you, Hokage-sama. Sarutobi Hiruzen said with a smile. Naruto, don't be angry either. I've already spoken to the parents of those children. They won't pursue this matter, and they will definitely be willing to play with you in the future. Naruto said in surprise. Really? Great. Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at Naruto's surprised look with satisfaction at 06, and said, then you can enjoy the cake. I still have things to deal with. I'll see you again in a few days. Naruto took the cake and nodded excitedly. I'll enjoy it. After watching Sarutobi Hiruzen leave, the smile on Naruto's face suddenly subsided and turned into a cold one. He threw the cake into the trash can and said with a sneer, just like Teacher Aike said, once I found out that I was at risk of losing control, I immediately came to stabilize my state. HMPH. I will never be controlled by you people again, you hypocrite. In vain of my father's sacrifice. And let me bear the miserable past. I will never let it go. Just wait and see. When he said this, Naruto's eyes were full of anger. Kakashi, Naruto feels like he's going black. Deidara, this is not difficult to understand, right? Anyone who encounters this situation, who will not be blackened? If it were me, I would release the Nine Tails on the spot and let them taste the pain of the past. Hidden, that's right. Definitely want to kill a river of blood. Kokuzu, of course, those guys who have a bounty should keep their heads, so that they can be exchanged for money. Kushina, I was very pleased when I saw Naruto before, but now I feel very happy when I see Naruto. It's hard to choose. Anoki, it can only be said that Sarutobi Hiruzen is too good at doing things. It is ridiculous for the hero to deal with it so hastily afterwards and think he is under his control. Fourth Raikage, with the random teasing like now, it is a matter of minutes to blacken Naruto. Terumi Mei, Sarutobi Hiruzen and Denzo are the cancer of Konoha and even the whole ninja world. Orochimaru, Naruto's completely different future path is really worth looking forward to. Jiraiya, well, I'm afraid Naruto here won't be the same as the character in my book, but it's no one's fault. Grandma Chiyo, can't blame anyone? Isn't there two guys who deserve death? Chapter 212. Aike personally taught Naruto. Arrived the next day. Naruto came to the secret base early and found that Aike had already arrived. Then Naruto asked excitedly, Master Aike, what ninjutsu are you going to teach me? Aike looked at Naruto with a complicated expression, and then said, this ninjutsu is created by your father. Naruto was taken aback for a moment. He didn't expect it to be this answer. My father created ninjutsu. Aike nodded and said, back then, on the battlefield, your father relied on this ninjutsu in the Flying Thunder God technique, which came and went without a trace, and was invincible on the battlefield. No one could stop him. I don't know Flying Thunder God technique, so I can only give you the ninjutsu created by your father. Naruto said with a serious face. Mr. Aike, what is the name of this ninjutsu? Aike said slowly, class. Muji Jutsu, Rasengan. Naruto's eyes widened suddenly. Muji? Grade A? Rasengan. Aike nodded and said, but before I teach you Rasengan, I want to teach you another ninjutsu that will help you a lot. Multiple shadow clone technique. Naruto asked curiously, multiple shadow clone technique? How is this different from the clone technique? Aike said, the avatar created by the clone technique is a low-level ninjutsu that has no entity and can only be used to confuse the view. The shadow clone has a physical body, which means it can cause damage to the enemy. Of course, this is not the main function of shadow clone. The main function of shadow clone is that when shadow clone is released, it will transfer the memory of the avatar stage back to your brain. In other words, if you use shadow clone to practice, you can get twice the result with half the effort. Naruto said excitedly when he heard it, Teacher Aike, teach me. Aike nodded, and then taught Naruto the seal of multiple shadow clone technique. After teaching a few times casually, Naruto learned it quickly. Then Aike said, you divide 10 shadow clone first, and then practice together. You can still bear the memory of 10 clones. If there are more, it will cause damage to your spirit, and the loss outweighs the gain. After you gradually adapt, you can increase the number of people Naruto nodded repeatedly and said, I can't wait, teach me Rasengan. Aike immediately started teaching Naruto the easy way to learn Rasengan. Start with a buck balloon, release chakra inside the water balloon and spin erratically until the water balloon bursts. Then there are balloons, then there's the ball. When the ball can explode, Rasengan has initially possessed power. That said, Rasengan has reached entry after every day when he has free time. Naruto will practice with Aike. Rasengan was quickly refined, and after Aike also taught Naruto to perform chakras form change and nature transformation, Rasengan was further evolved. Finally, the wind-style spiral shuriken was cultivated. Naruto, you have done a good job these 2 years. Chapter 213 Blackening Naruto, don't cut it with your hand. Deidara, when facing these two people before, Naruto was still terrified, but now he was able to kill them so calmly. The contrast between before and after is too strong. One Inoki, under the training of Aike, the current Naruto's strength has improved rapidly, and it is naturally easy to face two little chunins. Kakuzu, the key is Naruto's attitude, so decisive, not like that kind of Naruto at all. Orochimaru, a ruthless Naruto, really exciting. Hidden, haha, now it's Uchiha's turn to stand still, it's funny. Dried persimmon Kisame, except for Naruto, the reaction of these two people is really too slow. Tirumi Mei, the two kids didn't have the slightest doubt about the sudden puddle of water on the ground, so it can only be said that they are novices. Sasuke, HMPH. This is not my real performance. The one at the end of the crane is obviously Naruto. Shikamaru, let's face it, you just can't compare to Sasuke in this video. The sudden change surprised the other four. Little Sakura and Sasuke had no idea that there were enemies ambushing here. As an ordinary person, Dasna is even more impossible to find out. Although Kakashi noticed the traces of the enemy, he deliberately ignored them. What Kakashi didn't expect was that Naruto killed the two directly. Naruto, it's great that you caught the enemy in time, but if we can capture them alive, at least we'll know who their target is. Kakashi said rather helplessly. Naruto said with a meaningless shrug, I just sense their killing intent, so I subconsciously let go. I'll pay attention next time, Mr. Kakashi. Kakashi had no choice but to go forward and inspect the bodies of the two, and judged that the two of them had a high probability of being Karigakure's traitors. The most critical information cannot be obtained, so the group moved on, but Kakashi's attention has been more on Dasna. C-level missions don't involve fighting ninjas. That is the minimum task category that belongs to B-level or above. Apparently, Dasna concealed part of the information when he hired them. The little Sakura had no idea about this at all, and just said to Naruto in surprise, Naruto, you are so amazing. You actually found the enemy in an instant, and killed the enemy in an instant. Sasuke said with an annoyed face, HMPH. I found out too, it's just that it was later than yours. Naruto said rather perfunctorily, really, then you are really amazing. This attitude angered Sasuke even more, but now it is the period of carrying out the task. Although Sasuke is angry, but it is not easy to attack, so he can only wait to perform better than Naruto later. Dasna's eyes flickered. Although he didn't notice Kakashi's attention to him, he also knew that some of the information he had concealed must have been discovered by them. Subsequently, a group of people came to the country of waves without any danger, but not long after arriving in the kingdom of waves, they were attacked in a forest with a small pool. A big knife as tall as a person spun rapidly and attacked. Kakashi threw Dasna down quickly and reminded the others, careful. Naruto took an early step, holding the heads of little Sakura and Sasuke, pinning them to the ground, letting them escape the attack. You're welcome. Naruto spoke first, stood up and looked behind him. The machete was chopped on the tree trunk, and then a person appeared on the machete. Sasuke, who was forced to eat a mouthful of mud, got up, and yelled, Naruto. UBD. Kakashi said with a serious face, Sasuke, don't be noisy. Sasuke said angrily. Chapter 214 Naruto not only turned black, but his Aike also increased. Hoshigaki Kisame appeared. The little lover who will never kill again, Tirumi Mei. I remember that this little guy is a boy, right? It's a pity that he is a boy despite being so pretty. Bye. My relationship with Mr. Zabuzun has nothing to do with gender. No more shopping. Stop talking. Bye. It's embarrassing. Deidara, by the way, have you dealt with a man named Cardo yet? Kakuzu, I haven't even said a word so far, so I must be dead. Hidden, but you can talk even after you die. That guy named Otsutsuki Mamaji, couldn't he talk after being killed by Aike? Inoki, what do you care about that waste dealer? Shouldn't you be concerned about what Naruto will do next, Luoshak? What can Naruto do? He doesn't know at this time that Shiro, who suddenly appeared, is Zabuzian's partner. Black Soil, you are talking about the previous Naruto, and the current Naruto has made extraordinary progress after being trained by Ike's husband. Don't overdo Bai's disguise, simple. One Shikamaru. In fact, if Kakashi hadn't consumed too much chakra, I'm afraid he would have broken Shiro's disguise long ago, because he has already discovered something wrong. Little Sakura, by the way, Naruto will expose Shiro's identity at this time. If he doesn't kill him, will he give it to him for nothing? After all, he is in a state of suspended animation, unable to move at all, and can only be slaughtered by others. 1/4 Raikage, indeed, so this is also a very risky choice. Grandma Chiyo, based on Naruto's thoughts we see now, he will definitely not have the slightest hesitation. Orochimaru, is Naruto going to fight that interesting ice escape technique now? Tsunade, the current Naruto is very strong, this white will definitely not be against Jiraiya. Yes, after all, Naruto has learned Rasengan, and has also carried out a series of developments. Shiro, who appeared suddenly, stopped Kakashi and others. I am Karigakure's chasing force, here to take the traitorous ninja no Chabachi away. I hope you don't stop me. Kakashi frowned. He immediately realized something was wrong, but the chakra used just now is a bit too much. At this time, there is obviously number 100% chance of winning against the strange enemies that suddenly appear. That being the case, Kakashi intends to let the other party take Zabuzian's body away, but before he could speak, Naruto said coldly, "The guy who suddenly appeared and took the credit of others, what nonsense are you talking about here? Without your intervention, we can defeat each other. Why should we hand over the corpse to you?" Shiro, wearing a mask, looked up at Naruto and said calmly, "So, you're planning to have a bad relationship with us, Kirigakure?" Naruto tilted his neck and said with extremely cold eyes, "Did you have any misunderstanding? When did you get the idea that you could get away from here?" Bai was startled, and subconsciously used the blinking technique. The moment he got out of the way, a message from Naruto popped up on the ground. Bai's departure happened to escape Naruto's attack, but how could Naruto's attack be dodged so easily? A large number of shadow clone encircled and suppressed the past. Bai quickly ran into trouble. In desperation, Bai could only resort to his own trick, ice escape. Secret art magic mirror ice crystal. A large number of ice mirrors appeared on the ground, and Bai's body merged into the ice mirrors, as if turning into painting in the ice mirrors. Afterwards, Bai Fei moved quickly, filling all the ice mirrors with his figure. It can be seen how fast he is at this time. Chapter 215 Naruto, get full marks. Facing Sasuke's sudden sense of superiority, Naruto was stunned for a moment, and then said calmly, "Isn't this to protect you? If you die, the Uchiha clan will disappear." Sasuke was suddenly out of breath, and pointed at Naruto's letter angrily, I'm going to duel with you." Naruto ignored Sasuke and said to Kakashi, "The mission should be considered complete, right? Should we go back?" Kakashi said helplessly, "Although the difficulty of the mission has far surpassed sea level, since we choose to continue, we need to send Mr. Dazner to his home. Take a break and continue on your way. I don't think there will be any more enemies." Naruto nodded lightly, ignoring Sasuke's face about to explode, and came to the side and began to close his eyes to rest. Sasuke rushed directly in front of Naruto. "Stand up for me." However, Naruto ignored it. Kakashi came to stop Sasuke. "Kakashi, don't bother Naruto. Naruto has just fought against a strong enemy, and now he must rest. Even if you want to compete with Naruto, you have to wait until you meet the village." Looking at Kakashi with a somewhat stern expression, Sasuke just gave up without 387, but the eyes looking at Naruto are still full of anger. The little Sakura on the side looked left and right helplessly, not knowing who to help. After resting for a while, the Japanese pedestrians moved forward again. Then he met Kado, who came to provoke him and many of his thugs. As a result, Kado just mocked Naruto and his age, and Naruto rushed forward to get rid of Kado and all the thugs. Then Naruto, covered in blood, came to Kakashi. "Mr. Kakashi, is this mission complete? Then let's go back quickly." Kakashi had no choice but to speak. "It's getting late today. Let's set off early tomorrow morning." Naruto and the others, who solved the real trouble in the land of waves, are warmly welcomed by the Datsuna family. Dazuna's grandson kept pestering Naruto for more details about the battle, but Naruto didn't bother to pay attention to the child. He didn't pay any attention at all. After eating, I went back to my room to rest. Early the next morning, the group returned to Konoha. Along the way, Sasuke kept looking at Naruto with provocative eyes, hoping to arouse Naruto's will to fight, but Naruto only thinks that Sasuke is a clown and completely ignores it. Deidara, not to mention, Naruto still has such a talent for stalking people. Dried persimmon ghost shark, Itachi, did you see that? Your brother's blushing almost as fast as a monkey's. Ha ha ha, Kurkuzu, if it were me, I wouldn't pay attention to it. It's just a child's yelling. The difference in strength between the two is too big. Orochimaru, the current Sasuke hasn't even awakened the Sharingan, so naturally he can't be Naruto's opponent. Tirumi May, obviously these two people will stand at about the same height in the future, but now under the influence of Aike, are they not even qualified to fight normally? Chapter 216 Aike, what exactly have you trained Naruto to be? Naruto's actions immediately attracted everyone's attention. He stood up and said loudly to Marino Ibuki, don't play tricks here, I came here to be a chunin. For this, no matter how much you pay, you may even pay your life. I won't hesitate at all. So, what if you fail the answer? What if you can't advance to chunin for life, even if I'm Jinan all my life? This is my own decision. I will never regret it. Some impassioned words immediately resonated with others. They all said, that's right. We won't back down. I've failed too many times. I won't fail this time, even if the road ahead is a dead end. We have to make a breakthrough. Don't underestimate us. Our will is strong. Listening to everyone's speech, Morino Hibiki lowered his head slightly, and a smile was drawn on the corner of his mouth. When the voice gradually subsided, he raised his head and said, you passed. This answer immediately surprised everyone. They were obviously waiting for the last question, but they were directly told that they had passed. This made their thinking fall into a short-term stagnation state. Did not come back to God at all. Only Naruto, the old god, was there with his arms around his shoulders on the stage. Morino Ibixi wondered why he did this. His purpose is to test the will of the examinees, whether they have the will to move forward even in the face of a mortal task. 08 Obviously, those who stayed were qualified. They are about to participate in the second round of assessment. The second round of examination is a comprehensive practical assessment. The location is Dead Forest in Konoha Village. It is full of various natural traps and various dangerous wild creatures, hence the name Death Forest. Their goal is to seize the scrolls from other teams. Once they are the same as the scrolls they own, it is meaningless. On the contrary, if you carry 2 scrolls and arrive at a tower in the center of the forest, you are considered qualified. The time limit is 5 days. According to the assessment results, a team will be entered every 5 minutes. Because Naruto and Sakura Jr. have high scores, their squads are at the top. Not long after entering they were attacked, but it was easily solved during the period. The 3 of them also discussed whether to set a password, but Naruto shrugged it off. Don't worry, I am here, and I will protect you from harm. After all, if you want to qualify, you need 3 members of the team to arrive at the central tower together. Sasuke bit his lip immediately. I'm Uchiha Sasuke. Who are you looking down on, little? Sakura said anxiously. Stop arguing, we are still in the exam. If the enemy finds out. Naruto didn't even look at Sasuke, but looked up. After watching it for so long, don't you plan to come out? Sasuke and little Sakura were stunned for a moment, then looked up with a big change in expression. However, they did not see any figure. Seeing this, Sasuke snorted coldly and said, where is anyone? I think you are nervous. Naruto said calmly, idiot. Sasuke, don't talk nonsense if you don't know anything. Then, he took out a kunai and threw it out. Such a straightforward attack naturally cannot hurt any ninja. The purpose of Naruto doing this is to force out the hidden people. Ding, kunai was sent flying. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelist. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 217 Nani. Planning Naruto and Orochimaru collaboration. Hearing this, Naruto couldn't help showing a mocking look. Is this one of the fabled Sannin? So timid, I thought you would be more courageous. But I didn't expect you to be a coward. With that said, Naruto turned and left. If you want to give up, Just pretend our conversation never happened. After speaking, Naruto left without looking back. Without any hesitation, looking at the defenseless back, Orochimaru licked his tongue, and called Naruto with a hoarse voice, although I don't know why you have such an idea, but I have no way back, because fourth Kazekage has been killed by me. If I back down, the price I paid before will become meaningless. In that case, I will trust you if you are around. Naruto stopped and looked at Orochimaru with a slight tilt of his head. It seems that you are not a complete waste. Saying that, a body disappeared in front of Orochimaru in an instant. Naruto has not had any communication with Orochimaru about the collaboration. Orochimaru also didn't say what his plans were. There is no need to go too deep into this kind of thing. Only when Naruto knows less, when Naruto betrays, everyone will feel surprised. Orochimaru licked his lips and looked at the place where Naruto disappeared with interested eyes. It's interesting, what happened to change the Jinchuriki in the village so much? Mr. Sarutobi, it seems that you are really going to be in big trouble. Hehehe. With a burst of sinister laughter, Orochimaru's figure also disappeared in place. Inoki, Orochimaru's rebellion alone has killed Sarutobi Hiruzen. Now adding Naruto, who is stronger than Orochimaru, is really worth looking forward to. Fourth Raikage, are you looking forward to how Sarutobi Hiruzen will die? That is indeed true. Deidara, it can only be said that the previous videos made Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo completely the target of public criticism. Kakuzu, don't forget that there are two heaven-defying Uchiha clans. Tirumi Mei, those two people who killed their own race? It is really hard to imagine how their brain circuits were thinking. Orochimaru, with Naruto's help this time, I probably won't lose my arms. Jiraiya, what a heartache. Naruto obviously has a bright future. But under the bewitching of Aike, he walked on such a path. Grandma Chiyo, is it really a bright future? Think about what he did after he grew up and became Hokage. Splitting out thousands of clones to help everyone in the village solve all kinds of trivial things. Is it something Hokage should do? Nagato, indeed, the heavy burden of carrying everything can easily destroy a person. Kushina, I don't want my son to live like that. He should lie freely. Naruto joined Sasuke and little Sakura halfway. Naruto said slightly regretfully, although I fought away, I didn't get the scroll, so it was a failure. Upon hearing this, Sasuke couldn't help clenching his fists and clenching his teeth. Just facing the existence that made me tremble. Naruto actually beat him away. When did there become such a big gap between the two of them? Once upon a time, Naruto was the tail of the crane in the class. Chapter 218 Konoha's collapse plan begins. Naruto Orochimaru joins forces. A month passed quickly. The main competition for the Chunin exam is about to begin. Spectators were sitting around the arena like arena. Sarutobi Hiruzen and Orochimaru disguised as fourth Kazekage came to the best view position. The original 9 qualified candidates became 8. One of them was missing. Neither announced his retirement, nor left any news, as if the whole person had evaporated from the world in desperation. We can only use the existing 8 people for the competition. The first game is the highlight. Naruto vs. Hyuga Neji. Neji is attracting attention as a genius of the Hyuga clan. Even the patriarch of the Hyuga clan specially brought his youngest daughter to the scene to watch the game. Just before the game started, Neji spoke across from Naruto. Give up, your fate of defeat is doomed, don't do those unnecessary struggles. Naruto was stunned for a moment, and couldn't help frowning. Whether you win or lose, you will only know if you have fought. Neji's white eyes were very indifferent. No, the ending is already doomed. You, who are just ordinary people, are absolutely unwilling to defeat me who has white eyes. Naruto couldn't help showing a mocking face. Really? I really can't wait to see the scene where you kneel on the ground begging for mercy. Neji shook his head, then put on a gentle fist posture and said, stubborn, now is not the time to reveal his strength. Naruto directly used the shadow clone technique to create several clones, attacking Neji from multiple angles, but Naruto's actions can't escape Neji's eyes. Too slow, as he said that, Neji quickly counterattacked, and the chakra flow from his palm easily defeated Shadow Clone. However, when Neji defeated Naruto, the real Naruto was not there. What? Neji was taken aback, and immediately looked up to the sky, but the sky is empty, only 627 bright blue sky at this time. The ground under his feet exploded suddenly, and Naruto, who had already been hidden in the ground, punched Neji hard and flew out. The chin was hit hard, causing Neji to fall into a brief dizziness. Naruto didn't take advantage of the situation to attack, Because he could feel some darkness on Niji's body about the Hyuga clan and the branch house, Naruto heard something from Aike. It is said that the Zhuang family has the right to control the life and death of the people in the branch house. Although Naruto has never seen it before, he also knows that this feeling of being controlled by others is definitely not a good feeling. So in Naruto's view, Niji is a qualified wooing object, but the premise is that Niji can understand current affairs. It's like now, Naruto hates what Niji said about fate so much. If there is no Master Aike, what will be the fate of Naruto? Continuing to be a toy for Sarutobi Hiruzen and Konoha execs, he will not want to. Hateful. Niji got up from the ground and shook his head to wake up his dizzy brain. The gaze towards Naruto has changed from indifferent to full of dignity. Being called a genius all the time makes Niji feel proud, but now, Niji's pride is directly trampled under Naruto's feet. This time I was careless, but I'm serious, and you won't be able to hurt me now, Niji said seriously. Chapter 219, Longevity. Naruto is going to kill third generation. Sarutobi Hiruzen was also shocked by Kazekage's sudden action, and when he saw Naruto appearing later, his eyes widened in shock because in Naruto's eyes, Sarutobi Hiruzen saw extreme hatred. Looks like the actors are all here. Orochimaru took off the mask and the human skin mask, revealing his true face. He sticks out his tongue with great interest, his face full of smug expressions. I really didn't expect that, Mr. Sarutobi, you would cultivate such a big evil by your side. When I met this little guy in the forest, I was taken aback. Sarutobi Hiruzen looked extremely gloomy. Orochimaru, if I knew it, I should have cleared you. Orochimaru said indifferently, say it like you can do it. You are old, and you no longer have the strength to be called ninja. At this time Orochimaru's subordinates, Otonin, who had been lying in wait for a long time, run to the four directions respectively, and set up a barrier that prohibits entry and exit. 4. Purple flame formation. The purple transparent barrier rose, making it impossible for the three people inside to escape, but neither Orochimaru nor Naruto had any idea of escape. As for Sarutobi Hiruzen, his heart was already chilled. Then 3 Anbu appeared. One of them obviously didn't know the effect of the 4 purple flame formation, so he rushed over directly. As a result, as soon as he touched the barrier wall, his whole body was ignited by violent flames, and fell to the ground howling. Soon there was no sound. Captain Anbu, who led the team, said in a low voice, "A barrier? It seems that there is no way to break in from the outside." Sarutobi Hiruzen's body suddenly turned into sludge, and he was freed from the hostage situation. But he who has been trapped in the enchantment naturally cannot escape. Today, let us master and apprentice make a break. Sarutobi Hiruzen's gaze was fixed on Orochimaru, but Orochimaru tilted his head playfully, making Sarutobi Hiruzen notice Naruto with cold eyes. At this moment, Sarutobi Hiruzen's steadfast gaze suddenly turned into CK. Naruto looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen and said coldly, "It should be the two of us who should end it." Sarutobi Hiruzen, looking at Naruto who called him by his name, Sarutobi Hiruzen's face became completely gloomy. "Naruto, don't be seduced by Orochimaru. Everything he tells you is a lie to shake your heart." The smile on Orochimaru's face widened even further. "I'm not bewitching. He came to me by himself, wanting to cooperate with me, just to kill you, Sarutobi-sensei." Sarutobi Hiruzen's eyes widened suddenly, and he looked at Naruto in disbelief. He thought that Naruto was tricked by Orochimaru, but he didn't expect that it was Naruto who took the initiative to find Orochimaru. Now, the situation suddenly ran in a direction that Sarutobi Hiruzen could not have expected. Naruto looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen, eyes full of hatred. "Sarutobi Hiruzen, the first article of hatred between you and me, you maliciously concealed my identity and let me be bullied by everyone in the village. It's only for your own selfishness." Sarutobi Hiruzen said immediately, "I'm here to keep you safe. You, the Jinchuriki, shut up." Naruto shouted loudly, interrupting Sarutobi Hiruzen's words. A red nine-tails chakra emerged from his body, and the pupils of his eyes turned into beast-like pupils. "The second, when I was caught up and down in the village, you never helped me. Obviously you should be the Hokage who protects everyone. But you only don't protect me." Chapter 220, Naruto Dries to Death. Third Generation. Led Konoha. Orochimaru was sure that the words just now were definitely not at the level that Naruto could say, but Orochimaru had to admit it. This man sees him very clearly. Orochimaru really didn't have much thought about the so-called position of Hokage. The reason why he carried out this so-called Konoha collapse plan, one is to avenge the embarrassment of being driven out, the second is to want the Emperor's resources owned by Konoha. He used to have these resources, so he deeply knows how much these resources hidden by Konoha shinobi are of great help to him in studying the truth of ninjutsu. So, after determining that he could transfer his soul to another person, Orochimaru began to carry out the plan, because for Orochimaru, lifespan is no longer the limit that limits him, so he will pursue everything he wants to know. When the time is right, you will naturally know, Naruto said lightly. Orochimaru was taken aback, then said with a smile, "That's really exciting." At this moment, there was a sudden swishing sound. A large number of figures suddenly appeared outside the barrier. Kakashi, Might Guy, Asuma, Kurona Iyuhi, Genma Shiranyu and so on. Many Jonin and Special Jonin appear to watch the battle. Orochimaru 847 turned his head and looked around, and said with a smile, "It seems that the audience is all here." Naruto glanced at it, nodded without speaking, and outside, Kakashi and others fell into shock. They were not surprised to see Orochimaru fighting Sarutobi Hiruzen, because Orochimaru has already become a traitor. The purpose of coming back this time must not be pure, but what Kakashi and others don't understand is why Naruto is also inside, and it seems that he is with Orochimaru. Sarutobi Hiruzen's body is covered with scars, and the ninja armor he wears has also become shattered. Naruto, what the hell are you doing? Kakashi said in shock. Might Guy rolled up his sleeves and was about to rush in. No, Lord Hokage is in danger, we must help as soon as possible. Shiranyu. Genma grabbed Might Guy, and he said calmly with 1,000 copies in his mouth, "Don't look at Mr. Hokage looking embarrassed now, but he is known as the strongest Hokage, the Grandmaster of the 5 evasion techniques, and is known as the Doctor of Ninjutsu. He is not someone who will be defeated so easily." Inside the barrier, Sarutobi Hiruzen was out of breath after hearing this. He wished he could yell at the people outside, telling them to hurry up and help, but Naruto's and Orochimaru's continuous attacks didn't give him this chance at all. Yet, Might Guy paused, puzzled. He clearly saw that Sarutobi Hiruzen was in a mess, but the others didn't seem to be worried. This really confuses him. Deidara, I'm a little curious, why are the ninjas in Sleepy Leaf just watching from outside? Instead of going in to help? Black Soil, didn't you see that there is an enchantment? Once you get close to this enchantment, you will be burned to death just like the unlucky one before. 4th Raikage, HMPH. Others can't. Why not Kakashi and Might Guy? Kakashi has Kamui, and Might Guy's 8 inner gates will give Might Guy great power. Kurkyuzu. Indeed, if both of them show their true strength, this mere barrier will certainly not be able to stop them. Scorpion, I can only say that I understand everything. Luoshak, it's really unpopular, but it's true that the things he did are not worthy of forgiveness at all. Hoshigaki Kisame, it's so funny. A group of Konoha shinobi people are watching a play outside, and no one goes in to help. Chapter 221 Orochimaru, so you are the mastermind behind Naruto. Kakashi and the others looked at each other, then turned to look at Naruto. I don't even know what to say. Should Naruto be whimsical? But the powerful strength displayed by Naruto is completely beyond their imagination. But should they eliminate the rebellious ninja who killed 3rd Hokage, or obey Naruto's choice and avoid Konoha from suffering more disasters? Kakashi hesitated for a moment, then relaxed. If you kill the 2 advisors and Lord Danzo, will you stop? You just said that you will take revenge on everyone who bullies you, and you also want to take revenge on those ordinary people. Naruto said with extremely cold eyes, certainly, but I won't take their lives, I'm not a murderer. Kakashi breathed a sigh of relief. Might Guy said puzzledly, Kakashi, are you planning to do nothing? Naruto just killed Asuma and Hokage-sama. Kakashi said helplessly, are you sure you can kill the current Naruto? Moreover, continuing to fight will only weaken Konoha's strength even more. If we lose a lot of high-end power due to the civil war, it will definitely let other ninja villages take advantage of it. Don't forget that the land of Earth and the land of Thunder are still eyeing us. Might Guy gritted his teeth. Then, there's nothing we can do. Naruto looked at Might Guy and said, so, do you want to sacrifice your life needlessly, for that despicable person who is full of lies and only knows how to use and sacrifice others to benefit himself? Might Guy opened his mouth, but couldn't say anything to defend Sarutobi Hiruzen. As Naruto said, everyone present knew Naruto's true identity, but they never told him Naruto's identity under Sarutobi Hiruzen's order, and when Naruto was squeezed out by other people in the village, he didn't make any gestures. They also know that the unfair treatment Naruto suffered in the village is entirely the responsibility of Sarutobi Hiruzen and Denzo, even in their cognition, no matter how good Sarutobi Hiruzen has done. But in this matter, Sarutobi Hiruzen can't explain his suspicion clearly anyway. It can only be said that Sarutobi Hiruzen is old and has become confused. If you have nothing to say, don't participate in the next thing. Seeing that no one else was talking, Naruto took 2 steps forward and said to the increasing number of Konoha Jonins in front of him, "From today, I will create a new Konoha with Orochimaru. We will lead Konoha to a new height, an unprecedented height. At that time, everyone will look up to us, Konoha, and we will become the leaders of all ninjas. We will create a whole new world." Nara Shiju, who had just arrived, looked at the dead bodies of Sarutobi Hiruzen and Asuma on the ground. His expression suddenly startled. As the leader of the Jonin class, Nara Shikuku immediately understood that Konoha's world was about to change. These 2 people in front of them will change the whole pattern of Konoha. He pondered for a moment, then said, "Naruto, what are you going to do?" Naruto hesitated for a moment, then said, "The most urgent task now is to get rid of the cancer in the village. What happens later, we'll talk about it later." Nara Shikuku frowned. "Cancer? What do you mean?" Nara Shiju just arrived, and did not hear what Naruto said earlier. Chapter 222. What? Naruto is going to start engaging other villages? Deidara, Denzo is dead right now. Isn't he too shameless? Doesn't he have Shisu's eyes at this time? Anoki, idiot. Orochimaru has already stated Danzo's bottom line. How could Naruto be unprepared? Didn't you see that Naruto directly used the strongest move? 1/4 Raikage. What kind of tailed beast is this? It can show such a powerful force. Killer bee. 9 tails is too good, isn't it? Hachi said he couldn't do it at all. Gaara, this kind of tailed beast can be controlled independently. This power is really too strong. Danzo, Orochimaru, how dare you betray me? If I hadn't subsidized you, how could you research those forbidden techniques so smoothly? You don't even have the chance to touch those forbidden techniques. Orochimaru, don't be ridiculous. Danzo, when Mr. Sarutobi found my laboratory, how did he find it without the information you provided? You betrayed my Danzo first. Tsunade, dog eats dog, neither is a good thing. Jiraiya, so Orochimaru researched forbidden technique because of Danzo's relationship? Danzo, you have to die. Grandma Chiyo, I heard that Jiraiya likes Tsunade, but I didn't expect her feelings for Orochimaru to be pretty good. He too, huh? Is this okay too? Wong too. Don't listen to me, children, this is not something you should know. Kurikuzu, now that Konoha's top management is dead, what will Naruto do next? Scorpion, no, you should ask what Aike will do next. Tirumi May, under the interference of Aike, Naruto has completely changed into another appearance. Kushina, I like it. No matter what my child becomes, I will love him. Namikaze Minato, Naruto, as long as it is the path you decide you want to go on, no matter what kind of path it is, I will support you. Naruto, Dad, Mom, Shikamaru, I really didn't expect Dad to jump back so fast. I'm really impressed. Naruto, you still have a lot to learn. Following Naruto, Orochimaru walked through the neighborhood that had suffered some damage, and gradually came to a familiar building from long ago, Ninja School. Orochimaru was a little surprised. Could it be that the one who taught Naruto was in the school? You know, the school is completely under the control of Sarutobi Hiruzen. As a result, Naruto became what he is now, hiding under the nose of Sarutobi Hiruzen. Now Orochimaru was getting more and more interested because of previous attacks. The school is now empty. The students all fled. The empty classroom looks empty. The sound of the footsteps of the 2 echoed in the corridor, showing this sense of vacancy more and more. I don't know how long I walked. Naruto stopped in his tracks. Orochimaru looked up. Teacher's office. This was not what Orochimaru expected, but if everyone else goes to evacuate, will there be anyone here? Without hesitation, Naruto pushed the door and walked in. Teacher, I'm back. In the huge office, there was only one person writing something at his desk. Orochimaru felt that the person in front of him looked familiar, but he didn't remember his name for a while. Hearing Naruto's voice, Aike stopped the pen in his hand, then straightened up and looked towards the door. Aike was not surprised to see Orochimaru. It was what he expected. Looking at you like this, it must be a success. Ike said lightly. Orochimaru came to Ike with great interest and said, I remember you. You were one of Minato's disciples. I didn't expect that it was you who taught Naruto what he is now. Ike sat on the chair, leaned back, and looked at Orochimaru calmly. Long time no see, Lord Orochimaru. Orochimaru smiled, took a chair and sat down. It's you, the one who made Naruto join me. Ike didn't mean Orochimaru guessed this, acknowledging it with a generous nod. That's right, circle me, Orochimaru said with a twinkle in his eyes. How did you know about my plan? Orochimaru still cares about this, which means that the people around him have someone else's eyeliner. Chapter 223 Naruto uses Gaara. Attack Sans Shinobi Village. Knowing what to do next from Ike, Naruto left immediately without any hesitation because among the leaves, there happens to be a Jinchuriki. Tsunagakure's one-tailed Jinchuriki. Gaara because of the cooperation between Sans Shinobi and Orochimaru, Tsunagakure even sent Gaara as a backup just to use the power of Gaara Jinchuriki to create more havoc in Konoha, but before Gaara could act, Orochimaru and Naruto had already killed Sarutobi Hiruzen, and suppressed the entire high-level Konoha with thunder. Even Naruto has the approval of most of Konoha's Jonin. This created an embarrassing situation also. Sans Shinobi ninjas are kept in the dark for now because they didn't know the news of 4th Kazukage's death until now. They thought their cooperation with Orochimaru was successful, and they were waiting to claim credit at this time. In the forest, Jonin Baki, who runs Tsunagakure, and his team of 3 Gaara siblings are waiting here, waiting for the latest news. On one side is Orochimaru's right-hand man, Yakashi Kabuto. Here they await the arrival of Orochimaru. However, they waited for a long time, but instead of Orochimaru, an unexpected person came. Somebody is coming. Kankuro frowned. Not Orochimaru. Hearing his words, everyone was on guard immediately. Then, they saw a figure swaggeringly appearing in front of them. It's Naruto. Naruto glanced around first, stopped for a while on the body of the bag, or the forward protector, and then put all his attention on the black-eyed boy Gaara. Yakashi Kabuto, Orochimaru is waiting for you in the village now. You can go find him first. When Naruto spoke, his eyes didn't move. Yakashi Kabuto frowned and said 090. What evidence do you have? Naruto then turned to look at Yakashi Kabuto. Believe it or not, I'm only responsible for bringing his word. After all, the person I'm really looking for is not you. Naruto's eyes fell on Gaara again. Gaara frowned slightly. You are very similar to me. Naruto nodded and said, yes, because we are all Jinchuriki. Baki frowned. Jinchuriki? Konoha's Jinchuriki. Nine Tails. Baki was taken aback. He didn't expect Nine Tails Jinchuriki to appear in front of him like this, and there was no one else around him. If he kills Naruto here, Konoha's power will be greatly weakened. A killing intent flashed in Baki's eyes, but soon someone stopped him. I advise you not to, if you don't want to die. A sudden voice came, and then 4 figures suddenly appeared. Yakashi Kabuto looked at it and said with a slight frown, did Orochimaru-sama send you here? It was the 4 of them who came. Zuojin spread his hands and said, Master, Orochimaru is looking for you. He expects that you will not believe what Uzumaki Naruto said, so he sent us here specially. Now that you know I won't believe it, you still let Naruto pass the message? Yakashi Kabuto thought for a moment, and soon got the answer. I see. It seems that we will be together in the future. Yakashi Kabuto had a smile that was so kind that it looked so fake. Teuaya pouted and said, sycophant. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 224. After instigating Gaara, start to instigate Six Tails Jinchuriki again? What Naruto said made Gaara bewildered. Although under the various means of 4th Kazekage, there are many people who actively or passively died in the hands of Gaara, but Gaara is essentially a kind-hearted person. If it weren't for this, Gaara would have been completely blackened in that high-pressure environment, and would have been slaughtered wantonly. But now, listening to what Naruto said, Gaara's heart was shaken. Yes, why don't I resist? Why am I being tortured like this? This is not the path I want to choose at all. You force me to do everything. Gaara's face gradually turned grim. Seeing the change in his face, Naruto let go of his hand and said, now, Go back to Tsunagakure and do what you have to do. Without fourth Kazakage, Tsunagakure will have no opponents for you now. At the same time, communicate well with the tailed beast in your body. You have to understand his demands, and make a deal with him naturally, but you must not be overwhelmed by the hatred of the tailed beast. You must keep your own heart. The next world will be the world where our Jinchuriki rule. Gaara bowed her head and didn't respond. Temari and Kankuro looked at the two tremblingly. They dare not move at all, for fear that Naruto will kill them. The scene fell into silence. Naruto could feel that Gaara had gone to his spiritual space and was negotiating with the one-tailed Shukuru in his body. Sudden. The breath on Gaara's body suddenly became disordered. Naruto frowned suddenly, and put his palm on Gaara's head without any hindrance. Naruto entered Gaara's mental space as soon as he came in. Naruto saw that Gaara was covered by a large amount of sand, and it was about to be completely buried. Naruto shot immediately and immediately entered Nine Tails chakra mode. Smell of Nine Tails? Damn it. One Tail Shao immediately noticed chakra of Nine Tails, which made him very angry. In the next moment, Naruto fished out Gaara, and put Gaara, who was almost unconscious, behind him. Looks like you need some lessons, Naruto said with indifferent eyes in front of him. The huge one-tail Shao looked arrogant. Laozi is a tailed beast. Why do you listen to you humans? Laozi wants to be free for freedom. Naruto looked coldly at one-tail Shukaku, going mad. After one-tail Shukaku stopped, Naruto spoke slowly. Cooperate honestly with Gaara and entrust your power to him, otherwise, I will let you never be free. One-tail Shao's face completely darkened. Don't think you can tell me what to do with nine tails behind you. You are just a despicable human. Naruto's face turned completely cold. One-tail Shao flustered for no reason, and even couldn't help taking a step back. What do you want to do? Naruto said lightly. It's very simple, just to make you obedient. Several golden chains emerged from Naruto's body, and quickly wrapped around one-tail's body. What is this? Why can't I move? My power. Chapter 225 Brawl. Naruto, Six Tails, and Terumi may join the fray. You know who I am. Bubble looked at Naruto in surprise. He was wearing loose regular clothes and did not wear a forward protector. Naruto saw his identity at a glance. This was enough to surprise him, but in fact, Naruto knew the identity of the bubble through the words of Nine Tails, because when he saw the bubble just now, Tails said it in his heart. It's the sixth breath. Nine Tails can become the sixth child, only six tails must be. That's why Naruto judged the bubble's status. Having been driven out of your country so deplorably, don't you want revenge? Don't you want to vent out the injustice you have encountered? Naruto said persuasively. In Naruto's perception, the childhood of being a Jinchuriki will definitely not have the slightest joy at all. Even if it is implanted with a tailed beast after growing up, it will inevitably face a struggle with the tailed beast. It's not a pleasant thing to do, because at any time, it may be swallowed by the will of the tailed beast and become a puppet. But Bubble just wants to spend the rest of his life quietly hiding in a place that no one knows. Naruto's words were flatly rejected. I don't know what you're talking about, although I'm surprised to meet other 760 Jinchuriki here, but it seems that we don't have any common topics. With that said, the bubbles went out. But how could Naruto let him go? Before, I thought that the Three Tails Jinchuriki was not there, and Jinchuriki could not rely on Jinchuriki to seize the rights of Kurigakure. Seeing the bubble hit like this, Naruto naturally wouldn't give up. Stop. Naruto let out a low growl, and the golden chakra immediately burned on his body. In just a split second, he enters Nine Tails chakra mode. What is this? What a powerful force. Bubble looked at Naruto in horror. This was a power he had never seen before, and Naruto exudes a strong chakra breath. I don't want to fight with you. Bubble backed away while talking. Although Naruto looks younger than him, the strength he displayed is much higher than him. He is no match at all. He has only one choice, and that is to escape. But he couldn't escape Naruto's palm at all with just one punch. Naruto knocked the bubble unconscious. When Bubble opened his eyes again, he found himself in a mysterious space. In front of him, there is a huge Katsuyu, and behind Katsuyu are six tails. Are you awake? A strange but familiar voice came, which immediately awakened Bubble. He stood up abruptly and turned around to find that it was Naruto who knocked him unconscious. Who are you? Where is this place? What do you want to do? Naruto said lightly. I am Uzumaki Naruto. We are in your spiritual world now. What I want to do, I have just told you. Unite all Jinchuriki. rule the entire ninja world, and completely change the world. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.